Subi, one thing that we've learned about this Zookeepers team, even going back to the play-in, is the best way to get them to do something is to tell them that they can't. And they have been underdogs all season long. They're underdogs here, but they can still play spoiler. They can still line their pockets with a little extra money if they can bump their way up the standings just a little bit. So
that's a hard ask.
It is a hard ask.
That's a hard ask.
We saw earlier, we saw the Baguette squad that was already out of top 4 contention in Europe come back and play spoiler for Team Singularity. It was little different stakes, little different matchup, but the precedent is still there.
Completely different teams, too. This Zookeepers team, they've beat one team all season, and that's the team right below them at upper 90. So, you're right. It could happen.
I'm trying to give them hope, Subi. That's all.
You know what? Good on you. I just don't see it happening. RBG, so much on the line. I don't see them losing this match. I see them sweeping this, if we're going to be honest. They know what's on the line. They know that if they want any chance at top 2, they have to get a sweep. And it all starts right now on game number 1.
A day that is going to be full of twists and turns, ups and downs. It begins with Zookeepers and RBG. And we are underway with our first of 4 matches this evening. Rapid, who has been promising a rapid reset all season. I don't think he's delivered.
I think he's gotten one.
He has gotten one? Okay.
I believe so, but you know what? Just to make sure, I want to see one in this series.
I want to see one every game to make up for all the broken promises of the past.
Yikes.
Porklet will win a challenge here and try to get Zookeepers on the right foot to start things off, but Bambi is beaten to that ball by Seabass. For the Zookeepers, they have been strong against a lot of teams, but similar to the problems that Chaos had throughout the season, they had trouble getting that 3rd game victory. This will go back in front, and Porklet will clear it away, almost right down the middle of the field, just wide, and Rapid will be left to play it. Now a chance for Tool. As RBG didn't control that ball very well, Bambi waiting for Aeon, and all Bambi can do is pop this up, no shot. Porklet will try, the shot is wide, Bambi will give way to Tool, there was nobody in the net, and Subi, I can already hear you telling me I told you so.
No, I'm not going to say I told you so, but that's just the story of the season for the Zookeepers. Unable to capitalize on wide open nets. You got to be able to ring those ones home. And here comes Rapid from the pass from Seabass. Good save there from Porklet. But RBG's not done. Just push this one into the corner and work on offense.
This will switch fields. Now Tool over to Porklet. Another drive is going to be stopped. And that's, I think, an own goal.
I don't know either, Stacks, but we're about to see. I think Tool got a good read here off the side wall, and he sure does. Sneaks it right inside the post, and the Zookeepers up by 1 in game number 1.
Didn't expect him to be there. I saw the other RBG defender coming in. Either way, it is the first goal for the Zookeepers, and now Tool will just throw one downfield off the kickoff, and we'll see if RBG can answer. They will need to if they want to have a chance at top 2. Rebound opportunity stuffed by Porklet, and Aeon will make sure it doesn't get any further beyond midfield. Now Aeon to center again. That will be bombed away by Tool. Bambi is up for this, and he will not get there. The ball is clear.
Good defense there. Bambi used a lot of boost. He's going to be out of the equation for a little bit, but good pressure coming from Tool, but an even better touch from Aeon. But Bambi's right there to put it right back into the zone. RBG unable to break out of their defensive half so far. Great drop down pass. That one's going to be easily turned aside by Rapid.
One thing we haven't seen all season, we haven't seen a ton of double commits from the Zookeepers. The communication has been generally pretty good. Problem is the shooting accuracy and the efficiency has not. This will float out for Aeon, and it's cleared away again by Tool. Now Seabass off the ceiling. Difficult ball to read, and Seabass will tie the game.
Just a nice soft tap and puts a little bit of English on it to ring it inside that left cross, or left post rather. Good read from him, and Bambi's got to have a better touch than that to give his team a chance.
As soon as that hit the ceiling, you could see Bambi just got a little squirrely there and could not read it. 1-1 with 2 minutes left. Seabass run into by Tool. Counterattack opportunity for the Zookeepers, but it will fall to Bambi and he can't do much with it. Did steer that ball out to midfield, but he missed the midfield boost.
Double
and
commit.
That second that he lost allows Seabass to beat 2 Zookeepers attackers.
Yeah, those double commits could prove costly for the Zookeepers. Aeon up close in the box, pressuring that ball, and Seabass is going to follow it up. Another double commit coming out from Zookeepers, but RBG unable to do anything to punish them for that.
Aeon downfield, easily cleared right back from whence it came. Just off the mark, so Seabass will have to play it. Does well to get the ball out to midfield, and Aeon has a good quick read, but Tool is right there for an even better read on the ball coming off the ceiling.
Aeon's got a very pretty car this game.
Is Rapid looking for the far corner, just narrowly missed. And Seabass trying to keep the play alive, so too is Rapid. That is cleared right down between the defenders, and the Zookeepers are back in front.
Just bombs this all the way from his own half. Good field awareness here, and you see him turn his car a little bit to the right. So when he gets forward on that ball, it smashes it to the left-hand side, and the Zookeepers up by 1, just under 1 minute of gameplay to go.
Final 48 and counting. It is Porklet. That first touch almost got away from him, but he stays with the play and allows Bambi to get a nice clear downfield. Porklet doesn't have any boost, but he's trying to run interference and steal boost. He did not, though. That's a great job by Rapid, coming back and preserving his team's back boost. They have 30 seconds. They need to break out of the zone. Down to 25 as Porklet will try to center, looking for Tool. Not finding him because Rapid is there. And that's been a big problem for Zookeepers. They haven't been fast enough once they get on the offensive end. RBG has been. It is Aeon. Now Rapid will play from the side. With time winding down, they'll have to do it without Aeon. He's going to spawn back in with 3 seconds left. Seabass needs to score here. He will not, and the Zookeepers are well on their way to playing spoiler.
Doing just what they have to do to come out of game 1 victorious. They put the pressure on and never let off the gas pedal. Tons of shots coming out from the Zookeepers, 7 on the board, and every single shot other than the one we saw from Seabass was turned aside by the Zookeepers. Good defense on the back half.
Now there is one other team we haven't talked a whole lot about, Subi. We're talking about Bull Send. They've played all 9 of their matches. They sit at 5-4. What they need is Zookeepers to win this match 3-0. So now the pressure's starting to shift a little bit onto RBG. It's like, okay, we lost 1. Okay, we're not going to get top 2. They weren't going to get top 2 anyways, right? But now they got to, at least they got to worry about winning a game and then get some help down the line. Of course, it is a long series.
Yeah, and it's just odd for me watching RBG because at the beginning of the season, they looked so good. They looked like a well-oiled machine up and down the field. They had beautiful passing plays. The trust was there, and we saw just in that game a bombing clear downfield go into the back of the net, and it's just because they're spaced out so far apart. It just seems like maybe they're not talking as much as they should. People aren't trusting one another, so it's just looking like an RBG team that's starting to panic a little bit, realizing, hey, we need to win this to stay in the top 4, and they need to get that out of their mind. Just take this as another series and just win it.
Yeah, don't worry about the series score. The only thing they can't do is they can't lose 0-3. After they do that, they don't have any reason to keep watching the rest of the day because they would be out of top 4 contention. So, continue on to game 2. RBG looking to bounce back. They will be on offense to start things off. Rapid did miss that corner boost first time around.
The boost and the ball.
Yeah, so that slows you down quite a bit. This will go off the backboard. It's an opportunity for Aeon. He picked his spot, but it's well defended by Zookeepers, specifically Tool. Now Rapid, he's going to have a look. Did he get the reset? It's going to be cleared away.
And Zookeepers not going to want to rely on those diving goal line saves. Eventually, RBG is going to pick them apart, but they get one and they get out scot-free.
Porklet with a full tank of boost, but that ball is intercepted by Rapid. Aeon is up quickly, so is Bambi, and it was a chance for Seabass, but it just came down too quickly. There's a shot on from Rapid. Seabass will follow, and that's what RBG needed.
Seabass just in the face of the Zookeepers, not rotating out. Both defenders going up. Seabass coming in and slamming it home.
Well, Seabass has been the guy so far all season long for RBG. No reason to suspect that would change. Comes in shooting 27%. That is astronomically high over a 10-match season, or rather 9-match. Porklet to center for Tool. That'll be blocked away, and Seabass will start the counterattack. Seabass over Bambi, could not get by Porklet, but RBG is set up. Aeon trying to find Rapid. That'll spike down, and Porklet will clear.
And you saw both Rapid and Seabass go up and then immediately nose down, boost back to the ground. Good comms there, realizing neither one could reach that ball, and they keep the ball in midfield because of that and allow everyone to boost up and get this ball back into the Zookeepers' half.
Good defensive spacing there from RBG. The clear finding Rapid, which allows him to be on the attack very quickly. Now Seabass, he'll center, looking for any help at all. It's a form of Aeon. Give a little assist to Seabass as well.
Seabass just says, here, let me escort you out of the net, Bambi. Aeon pinches that ball with Tool, and the defender never saw it coming. RBG go up by 2.
RBG clad in orange. It is hunting season on Neo Tokyo. 2-0 the lead now for RBG. Rapid will pop this up. Seabass looking to drop one down. That is blocked, but it's the rebound you got to worry about, and Tool makes that save as well.
And finally, a much-needed clear, but it's going to be bombed right back to midfield. Good read there off the wall, and Tool trying to repay the favor to Aeon, bump him out of the way, but unable to get contact with him.
That will bank right down to Tool. And Tool with 64 boost will peel off the play and let Bambi take over. Tool takes out Rapid. It's an opportunity now as they've got the defensive mastermind away from RBG, but he is respawned, and here comes RBG. Not looking to take their foot off the gas at all, as it will be Tool trying to get back to midfield.
Yeah, I think Aeon was trying to hit Rapid with a nice give-and-go pass there, but little too much power put on it, out of Rapid's reach. And now, good touch from Seabass. Bambi's easily gonna save that though. Put it right up the side wall, and we near 2 minute stacks. Double commit from RBG. Zookeepers need to find 2 goals. Not looking like they're doing much on the offensive end.
One of their goals in game 1 was on an empty net. This will be popped away. Now it's Tool dropping one down to Porklet. And the ball will just pinball all over the place. Aeon will take this himself. Did not make contact off the flip reset, but still well defended. Rebound is saved away as well. And now Rapid with a slow play, and very cleverly so, he shielded Bambi off the boost by slowing down.
Oh, and Bambi, the one that didn't have the boost, able to get there for the save. Just good effort from him, but Zookeeper starting to get low on boost, starting to make panic clears. That net almost open. Seabass with another shot, but that one goes wide.
Zookeepers need to get some big booming clears because RBG is getting very comfortable on the blue half of the field. Tool with a high arcing clear. That's going to find Bambi as it came down. Loose ball in front of the goal, and Porklet comes in to push it wide. Bambi to follow, no. Tool, that is high as well. Nobody can put one on, and this is cleared away, and there is the Zookeepers season summed up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, you said it, Stacks. In a nutshell, that's exactly what the entire season was all about. They just doubled the shot total that they've had in game 2 in Seabass. This shot placement is picture perfect.
And of course, this would find its way in. Tool gets a piece of this, and it still finds its way in. Again, the Zookeepers season illustrated right there. 3-0 the lead for RBG. 3 goals in the series now for Seabass. Tool's gonna lob one up for Bambi, who will get a piece of this, but it is cleared away by Rapid. For Zookeepers to even have a chance, they would have had to score right about there, and then They would have needed divine intervention to get a couple of kickoff goals. The final seconds will tick away in game number 2. And here's what we know now. With RBG taking a game, Bullsend is now out of top 4 contention, and RBG doesn't have to worry about getting swept here.
They still got to focus on winning this. They don't want to give it or leave it up to Linked Up beating Chaos Esports. Put destiny in your own hands. Focus on the task put before you, and just keep playing like this. Honestly, they didn't allow Zookeepers to do much of anything in the offensive half. I mean, other than the onslaught of shots that we saw that were just, it just seemed like the first one was really close to going in, and then they just progressively started getting further and further away from the net.
That whole sequence looks like you could have put it to circus music, unfortunately. And that's just been the unfortunate struggle for the Zookeepers. They have to put those shots on target, because when you look at it, outside of little mechanical things, this isn't a half-bad team. The communication's there. They play well enough defense. It's just getting the ball in the other net that seems to be the problem. So, while they won't finish in the top 6, and they'll have to go through the play-in process again if they want to qualify, I'm very interested to see what they do next season. But I'm also curious to see what they do in the rest of this series, because I don't think we've seen the best of the Zookeepers so far.
Well, I think if they want to stand a chance, they can't allow 15 shots on net.
Yeah.
Because even if they're shooting 10%, they're gonna beat you.
Yeah, 15. That's not a
1.5 goals a game.
No. For a team that allows the team that almost scores 2 goals per game. You give them that many opportunities, they will cash in. So RBG, one step closer to securing a playoff spot, but they do still need to get wins number 2 and 3. Tool trying to cool things off, and it will be Seabass who intercepts. Aeon from the ceiling, that is not what he was intending. And it should be coming right back into the RBG zone. It is from Seabass to clear it away to Aeon.
Too many times we're seeing the Zookeepers with double commits. Doesn't matter on defense or offense. And then hesitation like this, allowing Seabass an open shot, and Seabass demoing Tool as well. RBG just wasting no time and continuing where they left off in game number 2.
Seabass to clear another one away. Porklet up for Bambi. A chance out for Porklet. Tough angle. That ball didn't come out nearly at the angle he had hoped it would. And Seabass, as cool as you like, will just collect that on the goal line, and here comes RBG.
Yeah, that's good card control right there. A lot of times you'll see players just drive straight into that ball because they've got that accelerator. Duct tape down, and look at the angle from Seabass coming in out of the corner and flinging it into the net.
It is Sebastian's world, and we are just living in it. Unreal, as he just finds that angle through traffic. I think it might be RBG's night after all, Subi. They now lead 1-0. They had game 2 go. Everything went their way in game 2. They're off and running here in a tie-breaking 3rd game.
Well, the Zookeepers are just giving RBG too much space to work with, and the hesitation is coming out from Zookeepers. They're starting to second guess if they should go for a ball, and it's not only throwing themselves off, but their teammates as well.
Bambi will collect. He set it up on a tee for Porklet. That shot's going to be blocked. And Porklet will wait back, so Bambi will come in. Now Tool, he is up. He finds the angle, and we are tied.
This is what they need to do, Stacks. Zero hesitation coming out. He sees the ball, turns immediately, and beats Rapid to it with a nice hard shot down the center of the net.
There is life in the Zookeepers after all. 3:15 remaining. This will be cleared to Seabass, and Aeon now to Seabass again. Surely not scoring from here. He does not. Tool cuts him off, and he tries to pitch it downfield with moderate success. Does not get the dunk. Now Rapid, blocked by Bambi, coming up on the halfway mark of game 3. Now Aeon, his shot, that is off the post and cleared away. Nobody rushing towards the net for RBG.
They'll get one of those a game, Stacks. We were talking about it, but don't rely on those time after time because eventually RBG's going to find their mark. Good touch from Bambi, but nobody pushed forward for that pass.
Aeon is pushed forward here. He clangs one off the crossbar. Seabass using brute force to bully that ball through. And there is Tool with a nice stop, but can Zookeepers get on the correct side of the field? They can't. Porklet will try now, but RBG seems to have this attack under control. They do. Now Seabass picks his spot and he scores!
Oh, mama, what a redirect! And Aeon with the perfect pass forward. All Seabass has to do is position his car correctly, and he somehow puts it on target.
We've seen Seabass do some pretty spectacular things, this being his third trip into the rival series. I don't think we've seen him score on quite the level that we've seen him score this season.
We haven't seen many players in North America, period, score on this level. With that goal, that's his 31st of the season, and Porklet just off the crossbar there.
The extra couple of series helps, but he has been so important to everything RBG has done. Very similar to Monkey Moon in the European region. Here's Tool now to try and clear one away. Aeon will circle around on it, and another booming clear at Rapid. Seabass lurking on the weak side, and he will try to race Bambi to the ball, but that's well won by Bambi. One more touch to try and find Tool. He found him, and a blistering shot might have caught a deflection in.
Working with each other to push down the field. Good touch from Bambi up to Tool, and Tool with a good shot placement, knowing Aeon just spawned on that left-hand side, puts the shot inside the right post.
For everything Seabass is doing with 5 goals in this series, Tool is trying to match him. That's his third. And yet again, Zookeepers have answered the call. Now Seabass, beaten out by Porklet. That's a good clear down the middle of the field by Rapid, but he's got to get onto this quickly. And a good first touch to drop that down to Aeon. He didn't have a lot of boost to work with, so it was absolutely the right touch. Now Tool to the backboard. Here comes Bambi, and that's cleared over him.
Fast break.
Porklet in a tough spot. Double touch on the way. No, it's missed. And that is all for the RBG attack. Rapid. He's trying to keep up with Seabass, but tell you what, there's only one player who's got a little pizzazz on this team. Is the player you just saw miss that ball down by the net.
Rapid came off the ceiling, pre-jumped that. That was insane.
Bounce shot, gets through the defense, does not beat Old Ironsides as the post makes another save for RBG. We remain tied in the closing seconds. There's Rapid with a drive. That's saved by Tool. Overtime is looming unless RBG can score right here, and they cannot as Porklet saves.
This is a lot closer than I would have ever imagined, Stacks. Zookeepers trying to end their season with an exclamation mark. It would feel so good to take down RBG, but Rapid with a nice hard shot finds the net, and RBG go up in the series.
Well, it's nice to have dreams and hopes and ambitions and all of that, but then there's Rapid, who is just a dream killer, and there it is, 7 seconds in, perfectly placed. RBG in front in the series, 1 win away from securing a spot in the playoffs.
And Rapid showing up at the perfect time when his team needed him the most. That was his first goal of the series. Let's talk about Aeon, though. Getting the playmaker there, so crucial. Finding Seabass and Rapid just wide open and hitting them on a dime. They aren't having to slow up. They aren't having to change pace, change their path. His passing, the precision coming out from him is incredible.
And Playmaker medal is no strange artifact for RBG Esports. They've got plenty over the season. Rapid leads the league overall. He's got 4 of them. So it's surprising to see Aeon getting those Playmaker medals, but when you've got someone like Seabass to pass to, you're going to rack up some assists, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, I was really expecting Rapid to be the the striker of this team. And I think after playing with each other, and especially up at World Gaming up in Toronto, I think they realized, oh, Seabass is a shooter. We need to feed this guy the ball. And Rapid has taken a back seat, and he has had no problem doing so. And that's just testament to how great of a player he is, because yeah, you got to do your job, but it's so important to be able to let your teammates who have the hot hand go forth before you.
Seabass might be the best kept secret in all of North American Rocket League, hidden away on the bench for Ghost all of last season. Look, he's only got I think the 5th highest goal participation in a single season in RLCS history. The guy is a really good attacking player, and he's the biggest reason that RBG are now 1 win away from securing a spot in the Rival Series playoffs and maybe a shot at getting back into the RLCS for Seabass.
A good challenge there from Porklet, but we were on board his camera, and you saw how far back he was past midfield. You got to be pushed up a little closer, especially when those passes are coming out to the top of the box.
Rapid over Tool, but he cannot win the challenge past Porklet. But just that solo effort gets RBG in great position on the offensive end. Aeon to the backboard. Rapid coming on. Tough angle. He'll get a shot on goal, but it had no pace.
Good touch from Seabass to put it right back into the zone. And that ball over everyone's head, and Aeon with a beautiful save.
I think he might have learned that one from Astro, one of the better defenders we've seen. Those two teammates for so long in the Rival Series. What a save by Aeon. Keeps this game scoreless, but for how long? Bambi, now Tool. That's deflected away by Seabass. And Rapids bumped off the play. Can they get anything at all? No, that pass is gonna go to space. Problem is, nobody occupied that space for Zookeepers, and it's a giveaway for RBG.
Starting to scramble, but good challenge there, and a good push forward off the backboard. Rapid is there for the read. He's so good at reading the angles coming off that backboard.
Bambi missed on that pass from Tool, so Porklet's got to be all the way back, and his teammates have to join him. Aeon will throw one deep into the corner that Bambi will have to play. That's a great first touch to find Porklet, and Seabass has to retreat all the way to his own net. Back the other way they go. Action moving at breakneck pace now, back and forth. Seabass for Rapid. Aeon sitting back, and he will come up to play this ball. Seems like RBG is very content to cut off Zookeepers at the midfield line and just play the long game, the slow bleed, drain them of all their boost. Eventually they're gonna break down. Maybe it's here, as that ball's gonna sit harmlessly on the goal line because nobody from RBG came up.
They're just weathering them down, Stacks. That's all they're doing. Zookeepers are like a boulder sitting in net, and eventually they're just gonna turn into grains of sand. The shots just coming out in force from RBG.
Bambi did all he could to get just a piece of that ball, and for all his efforts, RBG is still on the attack. Rapid around one, through another. Tool all alone at the net, and he just missed on the angle. Bambi stuck in net to try and do anything. He does finally get rid of this ball, but not for long. Now Tool's got to take over. This is ugly right now for the Zookeepers. They are just hanging on by a thread. What do they have, about 30 boosts between them?
Oh, Rapid barely missing on that shot, but yeah, Porklet just went all the way back to RBG's half to get boost, and it worked well in their favor as they clear the ball all the way down. Let's see if Porklet can do anything with said boost. Seabass is there to put it back to the side, and RBG just waiting to push forward on the offense once again.
The ball that is skied up on the RBG end after all that zone time. Hard to believe that RBG have not scored yet. This is an opportunity off the crossbar and sent away again by Tool and company. Here's Bambi now, throwing one towards the target, and Aeon will collect, and he controlled the rebound as well. And that's got to be so frustrating for Zookeepers because they cannot get any control on either side of the field.
Well, doesn't matter because right now game's still all tied up, and as we've seen, the scoreline can change in an instant. They've gotten a couple wide open net goals from RBG, but there's Aeon. Good poke up. Bambi's already up. Good read off that back wall.
Feathered his boost to try and preserve it. That didn't work out though. The ball's still coming right back towards the Zookeepers net. Difficult ball for Portlet, so it's cleared away by other defenders as Tool's taken out, and now another clear from Tool off the respawn. Seabass again, blocked by Tool because he is doing everything except selling tickets in the concourse. Rapid will miss this. Now Portlet around the boards. Can Zookeepers steal one in game 4? They do have the ball on the right side of the field. Final seconds ticking away. Seabass, I think, content to just play for OT. And after one more shot, that's what we will get.
I was about to say, you've got to be kidding me. After the onslaught that came out from RBG, it ends like that, but no. Overtime we go. Aeon gets the demo. Rapid with a rapid reset. Over one. He's turned away by Tool.
Tool with highway robbery of Rapid's finest moment, and Bambi almost converted on the other end. That was spectacular from both sides, and we play on in overtime. That ball was, what, 3/4 across the net? This one might go all the way through, and Portlet stayed back. So Tool can play this, and it will be cleared by Seabass, but Zookeepers playing a little conservatively there. Might have cost them. Oh, it's a shot off the crossbar from Bambi.
Oh, they're equal now, Stacks. That one should have gone in.
Seabass on his way back, so Rapid can play it back in, but nobody else coming up. Now Seabass does, caught Tool in a compromising position, but he makes the save. Now Aeon and Bambi get caught up on the backboard. Seabass will just jam up Bambi there, and Portlet will finally clear it away. Well, this has been a roller coaster by itself, and we still have 3 more wild and swingy matches to be played tonight. Tool to clear another away. Portlet thought about it, but he's going to get back. And Seabass will play this over towards Rapid, who does have that to the backboard, but nobody else up. And again, both teams now seem to be playing very conservative. The timing is not there on offense.
Neither team, just both teams so stubborn in the defensive half. You think you got him. We saw Tool out in no man's land and somehow makes a scrambling save on Seabass's shot. And a good stance there from Bambi. I like to see that pass cut off, but Seabass off the ceiling cannot find his teammate, and Portlet gonna push this forward. They've got numbers. Tool's moving forward, gets the bump, but Seabass is there to put it into the corner, and we continue into overtime.
Yeah, but not for much longer. Oh, what a save by Tool!
Oh!
And he made another as well!
You have got to be
Spectacular.
kidding me, Stacks!
The game that never ends, and we're just fine with it. We got all night. This will bounce off the ceiling, and Tool will be left to play it. Portlet gave it a look, but now Rapid, one more touch,
Ooh.
And he scores!
Just puts it in the perfect spot under the crossbar. Nobody expecting this double tap. He feathers the boost perfectly and carries his team to victory.
And more importantly, Rapid carries his team onward into the Rival Series playoffs.